welcome to the Come and Knit podcast. Today it is March 4th. It is Friday morning. It's around 9 in the morning. As you can see, there's a gorgeous sunshine outside, so spring is finally here, and that's very exciting. My name is Camilla. If you have not been here before, this is a podcast about knitting and yarn. Mostly a little bit about me, myself, my family, but mostly just about what I'm knitting. I work as a knitwear designer and recently also a hand dyer. I dye small portions of yarn that you can buy in my web shop. That's a thing I've been doing since the fall. Besides that, I work as a teacher for the older kids. So they're like, I teach kids between the age of 13 and 15. And I enjoy all of these things that I do, all my works. So welcome. Today we'll be talking a little bit about some projects that I have finished, what is on my needles. I will be talking a little bit about some new ideas I have for designs that I will be working on very soon. And also next weekend, I'm going to my first yarn event as a vendor. And I'm very excited about that. So hold on, I just need to wash my glasses because they're so, hold on 1 second. Okay, I can see clearly now. So some of the things that I finished is actually projects that I wanted to get done in my own yarn. So I can actually show what my own yarn looks like when it's all knitted up. And of course, I'm going to do some of my own designs. So I did show you the last episode that I was working on this little baby bubble cardigan. Whoops, don't dip this in the coffee. And I finished this in some yarn that I had dyed, and I asked you to help me out name the yarn, and I was so rude because I just went ahead and named it myself anyway. So this color is now called Champagne Grape, and the darker version is called, I think, Pinot Noir. I can just lose track of time and everything else when I go on the computer searching for the perfect name. I will start with an idea and then I can just, it'll take me to one place and another place and another place, and it can really take a long time for me to just pick up the exact right name. And then I just got lost in different kinds of grapes and what they were used for and the color of the grape when they were actually still on the plant. And yeah, so I saw that the champagne grape had a color close to this, and that the Pinot Noir grape was darker. So this was the, okay, I lost the label now, but this is the Pinot Noir grape, and this is the champagne grape. So it's actually this is the same color. This one just has a little bit more than this one. So they're very close, but they were still different enough that I thought I needed to give them two different names, so that, of course, you want to knit something. You don't want these two in the same project if it's like a sweater. But of course, if it's a shawl or something, that will be it could be a good idea. So now you know that these two colors are the same, but that the one dye, the one skein, the Pinot Noir just has a little bit more dye. Okay, making a short story longer than necessary, Camilla. Okay, back to it. So this is the newborn size. And I just can never get enough of knitting these teeny tiny baby bubble cardies. Every time I dye a new color in this yarn, I think, how would that look in the baby bubble cardigan? It's just such a cute, fun little project. And my mom actually wrote me the other day, can I buy the cardigan? Because we have my someone in the family just got a baby girl, and maybe some of her friends got, I don't know, but she really wanted to buy it so she can gift it. I'm like, Mom, you can't buy the stuff that I knit. It's for the shop and for when I go somewhere people want to see what things look like. So it's not for sale. Okay, so that was project number 1, the baby bubble cardigan. Project number 2. And I did show you this the last time because I was working on these. I had finished one. Now they are washed and block. This is a pair of sugar socks, which is my own version of a plain vanilla sock, top down, no an afterthought heel. Really not really difficult at all, and I'm sure there's a lot of English patterns out there that tells you exactly how to do this. I did it in Danish and I never got around to translating it, and who knows if that will ever happen. I promise all the time and it never happens. So anyway, this is a plain vanilla top-down sock. Top-down sock, yes. I did the twisted rib. It is in my gold base, so it's called the gold sock. And it has a bit of gold stellina in it. And it's, I don't know why it's so hard to get that glitter to show on camera, but that just seems impossible. But I can promise you this has a lot of sparkle to it. And I'm actually very happy about how this turns out. It is in, as I said, the gold base in the colorway Cinnamon Spice, which is one of the colors that I've returned to. I have this in, I think all my bases actually, I do this colorway. One of the first ones I did. I will be talking a little bit about more colors when I talk about some of my yarn at the end of this episode. So, I have 2 pairs of socks now that I can bring with me to the yarn festival next weekend. And it's nice to have both something in, you know, normal sock yarn that I did with some contrasting heel and toe. And also just a plain sock. These are actually my favorites to knit. Just a plain vanilla sock with nothing. And especially if the yarn, you want to bring attention to the yarn more than the pattern. I really like just a plain vanilla sock. So, unfortunately, I will not be wearing these because I think it's a good idea for me to actually start keeping some of the stuff that I knit without wearing it too much. Like my Giselle shawl, I wear that all the time, so it's totally worn out. And I think when I go to like these knitting events, I'll just be wearing it and not putting it on display. So in the future, I need to be better at that. Usually I'll just knit something and I'll give it away, or whoever is kind enough to be the model on the pictures for the pattern, I gift it to them. So I need to be better at keeping some of the stuff to show off for these events. So that was my only 2 finished objects, and I have a few things on my needles, but actually right now I'm processing. Is that even a word? Process? Yes, I know it's a word, but it's the right word. I am working on ideas. I have 2 ideas right now. Actually, one is mine, one is Esther's. Esther, my youngest daughter, she's 15. She got the idea for the Esther vest, which is the vest with a deep V-neck and a lot of cables. And she wants me to turn that into a sweater. And I've talked about this before, and I actually planned to do that while we were at the cabin when we had this week off in the winter time. But yeah, I didn't get around to, oh yeah, the yarn was not in stock. So I had to wait for the yarn to be available in the yarn store. And now it finally is available, and I got everything else off my needles. So I think today I will go and get the yarn and get started on her sweater. So I think we'll just call this one Esther's sweater, and it will be the same cables and the same yarn as in the Esther vest, but with some alterations. It will not be a V-neck. So I will be drawing with her and working on that this weekend. Not too much because I have to dye so much yarn for the yarn festival next weekend. I have my sock yarn. I haven't been able to dye sock yarn for so long because they couldn't deliver. So for weeks I haven't had any sock yarn to dye. So I will be, they will deliver today. So I will be crazy busy this weekend dyeing all the sock yarn. But it just feels good to have it back in the house. Or it will be feeling good when I get that back in the house. Anyway, on my needles, I have 2 things that I'm working on slowly right now. The first is my melancholy sweater. Ooh, now you can see glitter. Perfect. I am doing this in yarn from Madeline Tosh. in the colorway Stovepipe. This is hard to get. I don't think Melon Touch does the glitter kind anymore. I have a blue glitter, and of course it's not the same color because I don't want to copy exactly, but a dark marine blue is everyone's color, right? So I have this in the shop. I call it knitwear, and I also actually have a dark blue knitwear silk mohair. I only have 4 of these and 4 of these, so enough for one sweater, but I can dye more if you want the melancholy in the same color. The melancholy sweater will be perfect with 1 strand of mohair and 1 strand of any other of my fingering weight yarns. So you can use either glitter or no glitter, or even the sock yarn, or even this single that I have here. The only problem with this is that I don't have that many of one color, because I'm not sure I'm gonna keep this base or not. I'm still deciding on that. I think it's so hard. This one has 420 meters per 100 grams, and the other single one that I have is 366 meters. Please let me know if you prefer one or the other, or if you prefer both. It's a lot of single ply fingering weight yarn to have in 2 bases and dye all the colors in 2 bases when the bases are so close. Yeah, so I'm actually not sure what to do about that. Yeah, but I'm working on the melancholy, and every now and then I take a break because some other project will need my attention, and I'm just gonna have to let this rest. But I can't wait to wear this. It's fun because usually I don't knit a lot of blue. It's not my go-to color. I will always prefer a more nude or pinkish light brown colors. But I found out that the blue it's a good color on me, so I need to be better at knitting something blue. Okay, that was the first project that I have on my needles. The next one is, and I think I've showed this before a long time ago, but I haven't really been working on this for quite some time, but I think I will put it, actually I put this project bag right next to my bed, so at night when I'm watching TV I can just grab it and knit a little. This is the baby bubble blanket. I just published the Danish version of this only on my website. I will publish on Ravelry as soon as I get this translated, and it really shouldn't take me more than 30 minutes to translate the pattern, and still I didn't get around to do it. I will do it this weekend, or today. I will do it this weekend, and I will be publishing this in English. I think it is just the cutest baby blanket. It's just thick, and I love the bubbles on this. It's knit in a DK weight yarn. This version is just, I'm just knitting 2 fingering weights together. You can do that, or you can use any DK weight yarn. You need 5 skeins of DK weight yarns if it's 100 gram skeins, and the same with the fingering, because you just knit it double, so you still need 5 skeins. And now that I have it in my hands, do you know that feeling when you take a project out that you really haven't been working on? Your hands just want to knit. So maybe I should knit a row while talking. I usually never knit on my podcasts. I don't know if I think actually if I do that, I will be talking slower because I need to focus on 2 things. So anyway, no, this is not gonna work. So this is my other project that I have on my needle. So 2 finished objects, 2 works in progress, and then Esther's vest will be the next that I'm gonna cast on for. Also, I have another project I was swatching the other night. Thick yarn. I wanted to do something with the mega mohair that I showed you the last time. Whoa, I'm so scared that I'm gonna drop this into my coffee. Okay, let's move the coffee. This is my mega mohair. I only have one color in my own shop, and my friend has 3 colors of my yarn in her shop. I will link down below. I forgot to do that the last time. I'll do it this time. This is in the colorway Crocus, and Esther doesn't want this color, so I have to get some more mega mohair. I don't have any more. I need to get some more, dye some more, and we're gonna work on a vest with a long neck, not necessarily a turtleneck, but like I haven't decided exactly how the neck is going to be yet. But I did a lot of swatches on different needle sizes just to see the gauge that I liked. And actually I liked this one the best. This was on the bigger needles. This was a 7mm needle, which I do not remember what is in English or American size. I can find out maybe. Actually, I don't know. I guess I would say a US 10 or something like that. Anyway, this is 1 strand of the mega mohair and 1 strand of DK weight yarn. And I did a drawing of the design, and actually all I need to do now is get to work. Esther doesn't want this color, but that's the only color that I have right now. I have a few skeins of this in light pink, and I think I'll just try that for the swatch, and then we'll see. I know Esther doesn't want to wear a pink one, but I can do the trial version in pink, and then once I order some more of the mohair, she can help me decide on what colors she wants. And usually she's right, you know, the 15-year-old girls, they know what they like. So and the other thing is, yeah, the Esther sweater that I will be working on today. So that is the 2 new designs that are coming up. I haven't been working on a design for quite some time, so it's actually going to feel really good to just dig back into that whole math thing. I think one of the one of the most enjoyable things and fun things about designing knitwear for me is to get that math thing to just, it's like doing a puzzle or a Sudoku or something. It's like you need these different sizes and you need to make sure that everything adds up. And yeah, I like that very much, the math part. So yeah, that's design wise what's going on. And the last time, or maybe not the last time, but maybe a few episodes ago, I asked you about what you would think about the idea of me doing like an Easter egg. So you would get a certain amount of minis. Maybe you could even have like a surprise full skein of either sock yarn or the gold sock base. Or I just threw that idea out there, and some of you, most of you, many of you gave me the feedback that it would be a good idea for an Easter egg. And now I did it. So on my web shop, I have 3 different Easter eggs. One Easter egg is just 7 mini skeins inspired by Easter. The colors are inspired by Easter. I will add, and when you order the box, I will add a little something about every color and why I picked that color. And so you can choose either just the 7 skeins or with a gold sock or a normal full sock size. So there are 3 options, and they are online now, so you can order them now. But for you guys, only here on YouTube, I'm gonna do a giveaway. So one of you can win one of the Easter eggs, and you can decide if you want which one you want. If you just want the plain 7 mini skeins, or if you want with the sock yarn or the gold sock yarn. So just let me know. To participate in this giveaway, let me know down below which egg you prefer, and also what are you going to do with all these minis. Oh, my husband is outside the window. Of course he's making faces, see if he can get me to react. Yeah, so to participate, comment down below which Easter egg you want. The one just with the minis, the one with this full sock skein, or the one with the full gold glitter sock skein. and also what you want to do with the minis. And then I will draw a winner next time. Yes, next time. So one of you can get one of these Easter eggs. Yeah. And I will ship anywhere, so don't worry about that. And I do draw winners from, I have sent presents to everywhere in the past. I have notes, and it says that I should remember to talk about Fiberfolk, which is the yarn festival event that I'm going to this coming Saturday, so a week and a day from now, and the closer I get, the more nervous I get. But hopefully it will be so much fun. I'm worried about, can I fit everything in the car? Will I have enough time to set everything up on the event before the doors open? I think I'm let in at 8 and the doors open at 10. Will that be enough? Will I remember everything? Will everything work? I'm sure we will be fine. It's in Vejle on March 12th, and it's from 10 to 4. Okay, next thing. Vote time. I need your opinion. It feels so dark in here. Oh, anywho, I just dyed this sock skein. I had two sock skeins left to dye the other day, so I was just dying to see this new colorway that I got, what it looked like, and it turned out like this. And I'm indecisive whether it's gray or brown, but it has this mix between the two colors that I really, really like. And I want to do sock set with the two skeins, but I think they both look very nice. This is the pistachio mini, and this is unnamed because this is not available in the shop yet. Sometimes I dye some minis and I don't put them in the shop just to see if I can use them for something else before I put them on sale. Doesn't matter. But since I thought it was so hard to decide, I thought maybe I should do sock sets with 2 minis. Or will that just be too expensive and you don't want to do that? Or could this just be so cute with these as contrasting, maybe some stripes, heel or toe? So let me know. Do you prefer this with just the yellow, just the pistachio, or with both? I think I actually prefer them with the both of them. I would love to knit myself a pair of socks using these two colors, having one for the cuff, one for toe and heel, and maybe a stripe here and there. It's so fun to match colors. Who would have known that these two would look so good with this gray brown one? Okay, so the last thing I want to share is some of the new colors that I have dyed. I came up with a new colorway. I think the fun part, or some of the thing about dyeing my own yarn, is finding some colors that I like, that are special for me, or that you could only buy with me. And I had an idea for a name for a long time. I wanted to name a yarn One Night in Bangkok because of the song. And I did dye One Night in Bangkok a few days ago, weeks ago maybe. This is One Night in Bangkok. It is pastel, soft, and then it has a little bit of dark specks in like an orange and not even purple, but very dark purple. And then just very soft. I'm really in love with this colorway. So I thought, okay, this is going to be one of the Cameron Knits colorways. I think finding the colorways you want is a long time of experimenting, and then something I will dye, I will never dye it again. And then sometimes I just think this is something that I want to keep, just like the cinnamon spice, which is this colorway. I know for sure I'm gonna be keeping that too. Yeah, so One Night in Bangkok, I really liked it, so I thought I was going to dye this on all of my bases. So I just wanted to share how this looks on the other bases. So this is the single 366. So this is 1-ply superwash merino. And this is the same on the glitter. So this is the glitter single. Can you see the glitter? This has a teeny bit more color than this one does. This has a little bit more color. And on the DK weight sock base, so you can either knit the baby bubble blanket with this or socks, of course. And I did it on the mohair. Isn't this just gorgeous? I love it. I love it. So one night in Bangkok on all these bases. I'm crazy about it, but it's hard. It's hard to dye this color. And it will not be 100% the same every time. But yeah, if you have to do it 100% the same every time, you will use so much time weighing the dye, putting it in, weighing, put it in the water, have this solution the exact same. Then measure how much of this am I going to put on in this particular spot of the yarn and here. And then it'll just take so much time that the yarn will be crazy, even more expensive. Of course, that's not possible. So we do the best we can to make them as close as possible. But with hand-dyed yarn, you should never just buy 3 skeins and then just knit one and then knit the next and then knit the next. I have done that in the past, even on my own patterns, because I really don't care if you can see that there's a difference between the sleeve and the body of the sweater. But if you want to be sure that you have a result as even as possible, you should always interchange. So knit with 2 yarns at the same time. Knit 1 row with 1 yarn and knit 1 row with the other skein of yarn, so that you don't have these blocks of colors. Because even the best of the hand dyes in the world, and that's not me, I do my best, but even the best ones will have differences in the skeins. So if you really don't want any difference in the project that you make sure to alternate between skeins. And I think it's even a warning on all hand-dyed yarns. So just now I told you, because they're not always going to be the same. Even these 2 that have been in the same dye bath, when I sprinkle the dye, they can absorb a little bit more, because I'm not a machine and this is not a factory, so it will not be the same. Okay, that was one colorway. That was the One Night in Bangkok. Another colorway that's going to be one of my regular colorways, maybe not all year round, but particularly now in the spring, is Petals. Petals is a soft lilac with some orangey red specks. And I think this was the first one I did. Actually, I did some on my minis. They didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted, so I called them something else. But this one turned out exactly the way I wanted. So this is Petals, because I think it looks like the petals of flowers that are almost dying or withering. No, what is the word? I forgot the word. Okay, so sorry, I get distracted because the window is right there and the street is right out here. Okay, so this is Petals in the single ply merino 366, and I want to show you the glitter version. Here it is in glitter, and I just made it on the silk mohair as well. I'm sorry, I just get so excited because when I find something that I really like, I get so happy. So we have all these petals right here. I didn't do it on DK with yarn yet, I might. And I haven't done it on the sock yarn either because I didn't have any. So now that the sock yarn is on its way, I will definitely be dyeing this on my sock yarn base. Okay, so that was 2. That's petals, and that's One Night in Bangkok. I have cinnamon spice on all my bases. Another base that I think will be a regular is the Sand Viper, which I only have in the gold, which is like a warm gray with some warm specks. I really like this colorway. I have this in the gold sock and the silk mohair. And of course I have the Camajo's favorite mug, because this is the first color I ever dyed when I was at the hand dyeing class at Birk and Bao. This was the thing I was going for. I wanted to see if I could dye my own favorite coffee mug, and this turned out to be a regular here as well. And I did something fun. I hope you will think this is fun, because I have this gold sock, this gold Stellina sock yarn. It's a 2-ply yarn. You have all the info right here. And I just ordered minis to go with these, so I can do like sock sets. Excuse me. I could do sock sets with the gold sock base as well, and thought that'd just be fun. So yeah, a lot of colors, and they are all going online today. I thought I would do it this morning, but I just thought maybe I should do the podcast before I put everything online. But that'll be the next thing that I do after uploading this. I will be putting some of all this new yarn on the shop, and I'll just check my list if I need to say something else. No, don't think so. Ooh, I'm wondering, should I be doing advents? Would you be interested in an advent calendar? And would you prefer to choose between regular minis, like sock minis, and gold glitter minis, or even DK weight minis? I also ordered DK weight minis to go with the DK socks, so you can buy sock sets with those as well. I love dyeing minis, so I want to be a web shop that has so many different mini skeins available. So that's a vision. I'm thinking about doing the advent calendar. It all depends how it goes with the Easter eggs. Hopefully someone will buy them so I don't get stuck with all these eggs. I think I sold 10 and 30 is available altogether, so there's still 20 versions of the Easter egg left out there. So yeah, I think that's it for now, guys. So thank you so much for watching another episode of the Camajo Knit podcast. If you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. That actually does help my channel quite a bit. And enjoy the spring, and take care. And remember to donate whatever you can to the people of the Ukraine. I have done that, supporting the Red Cross. So I decided not to talk too much about that stuff here on the podcast. That doesn't mean that I'm not into it or concerned or participate or contribute. I do that, but I think we also need sometimes to go somewhere where we can just have a moment of not watching the horrible stuff that's on the TV all the time. So help where you can. I will see you in 2 weeks. Take care. Bye.